like to go over online marketplace, specifically for food related items. For example, we have Amazon, and if my book is a day or two late, I might be upset, but it's my book is still my book. For food items, there is a huge emphasis on how quickly it can be fulfilled, and it's highly demanding in terms of both the network and the technology behind it. So today let's go over how it really works under the hood. So this is again my user who looks like he's doing yoga, and you're browsing an app, and let's say you saw sriracha sauce, and you're like, okay, I'm clicking on the buy button. And after that, what really happens from the user's perspective, you really only see this part, like your food got delivered, and that's it. Seems pretty straightforward. But after you place an order, first of all, you need to create an order and also find a worker who is willing to take on this order. Very often, a marketplace has a network of gig workers who are willing to take on orders such as this sriracha. In some areas, there might be a larger demand or larger supply of gig workers. So for example, anywhere that's more downtown, usually you have more workers, and you also have more gigs or orders for everybody. And this also varies with time. So from Monday to Friday, perhaps there is a larger demand, and then on Saturdays and Sundays, we have fewer orders and fewer gig workers who are willing to work. Sometimes invisible to the user, the network, the marketplace, so this app will incentivize gig workers by paying them more. And this is not to be confused with the tipping that is being offered by the user. It is being offered by the platform. And to become a gig worker, there are also various steps of verifications and constant performance reviews based on past orders. So once the sriracha order gets created, you'll find an eligible worker who is willing to take on the order. And from that point on till the stage where the worker is actually picking the sriracha, you may choose to add on, let's say, one extra sriracha. This is very common on many food delivery platforms, and at this point the price is not yet final. It's a very nice feature that offers some flexibility, and also it's a very realistic constraint, because sometimes, let's say, the store has only one sriracha left, so now instead of $2 signs, you're down to $1 sign, because you're not paying for the price of two to just get one. That doesn't make any sense. And at the checkout stage, that's when most of the fees and items get finalized. And as of right now, most platforms offer two types of fulfillment methods. Number one is delivery, that's the most obvious answer. And number two is pickup. So let's go with delivery first. And this is where the user starts to interact with the marketplace again. Usually there is some tipping towards the end of the order life cycle, however, it is not guaranteed. So this is one of the few remaining price adjustments that can happen after checkout, but everything else has pretty much been frozen and fixed at this point. And let's go over the pickup option. Pickup has its own distinct advantage because the gig worker may pick several orders at the same time, and then just if they are all pick up at the same store, he can just leave the orders at the store location or the restaurant location. And this also eliminates any kind of delay with respect to the final checkout process. And actually, speaking of this, should actually go here, like from, if the arrows sort of imply time and distance, delivery should be taking a little bit longer, while if we are doing a pickup, it goes from checkout straight to pickup. From the user's perspective, it is an incentive for them to buy more from the app, because what you have done is you save the time speaking to a store associate or a restaurant manager, and you know what you want to buy, and then you go straight to what you intended to purchase. This may also be very applicable if the order is a lot bigger than one sriracha. What if it's a bigger store such as Sam's Club, and you have, I don't know, like an entire pallet of srirachas? Maybe that's applicable to someone out there, and the pickup is a lot more convenient. So this is a life cycle of most online platforms.